Oh my God. I'm so sorry. All right, I think I've turned it off. All right, well, I specifically asked if that's what would happen. What a mess. All right, hold on. I still haven't even finished setting everything else up. We'll get it. There's good news, right? Like, it kind of worked. It worked too well. I did. Dude, I wish I could. I wonder. I specifically said, is this going to get caught in a loop? And it's like, no, it'll be fine. I was lied to. maybe I'm so tempted to kind of like do it live. Like, it's so close, you guys. We just have to, it just has to recognize that it can't pick up messages from itself. Dude, that's exactly what it was. It was exactly an infinite bullhorn. Oh my God. Well, look, think of it this way, guys. It's like making a factory. Okay? You do the best that you can. And then you debug, right? Blacklist my name. All right. I want to spend a couple minutes on this. I don't understand. Why can't anything be easy? Dude, perfect soundbite for this. Okay, it's disabled. Okay, is it the action that needs? I think I can show this all this on the stream. I don't think there's anything in here that's bad, as long as I don't go into my connections. So, plus it's just you guys. All right. Let's see. Edit sub action. Okay, so the message. Here's the message. I think the action is fine. I think it's the trigger. There is a don't run if. The only thing I have in there is audio notification. Why is there an alligator in my cave? Would have been better, maybe. I hope that Stream Elements bot isn't gonna freaking... Yeah, don't run if name equals construction. Okay, but how do we do that? Do we do a variable? Because we've got these global variables here. Do we make a variable? I'm making a variable over here. That's how I do have a global cooldown on the notifications. I have it set every 5 seconds. It's probably hard for you guys to see. Set global. I don't know. I don't know why. Like this trigger only has chat audio notification. Maybe because the other one's not enabled. All right, let me try here. I'm just gonna enable one of them. So mirror to YouTube. Okay, now can I go? No, that's not gonna work. I need some way of finding out. I can do an if then on the sub action. Okay, hold on. This is like building a factory, right? We're just doing it live. This wasn't the intended content of today's stream. Hold on. All right. All right, let's add core logic if else. Okay, input. I think we want a local variable, and we're gonna do name of chatter. Okay, and I'm really bad at programming, you guys. If it equals, if the name of chatter, no, user, if user equals construction. Yeah, the mirroring bots, it was like an infinite mirror at like a fun house. when you look at it and it's just bouncing back and forth. It was definitely conception. Okay, we'll get it though. We'll get it. Okay, and it was yes. Don't mirror if it's construction. I feel like this has a possibility of working. Okay, if it's equals construction, then we need a core logic break. Okay. Otherwise, we do the thing, right? Pause. I was thinking we would just break out of it. Just right? I mean, I could be wrong. This is why I was late. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but this we're going to talk about another thing, by the way. I talked about a thing. I try not to like vague talk too much. There was something going on in the family. We're going to focus on this. We'll talk about another thing later. Let's get through this. Yeah, then Kent disappeared in a puff of smoke. Just leave else. Send chat message if it's not username. Oh, just leave. Okay, just don't do anything. True, it doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, don't complicate it. No. Yes. Yeah, just leave it blank. Okay. All right, let's try it. So this is mirror to YouTube. So mirror to Twitch is still disabled. So YouTube chatters, nothing should show up on Twitch. But we'll see if normal people, right? Not me, if this mirrors. Hey Steve Salem. All right, so Twitch, go ahead and say something, anybody. and we'll see if it gets mirrored over to YouTube. Yes, Killer Rain Twitch. Only you only break out of a loop, for example, for a loop. Oh, you only break out of a loop. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the test. I'm going to type into Twitch, and we're going to see if that gets mirrored to YouTube, because that was the problem, right? My chat was right? So let's try it. Hey, it did not mirror. Okay, so now let's do this again for the mirror to Twitch. All right, here, let me take a little screeny here. I swear, if I could pick one thing in life, Conan, what in life is best? When your windows pop up on your main screen and not your side screen, and to hear the lamentations of their women, to see your IT problems driven before you. Okay. So, hey, I think this is pretty successful. We did a test. We saw a problem. So far, so good. I am not good at this stuff. And I think that I would need logic. So far, with minimal help from you guys. My arm's hurting already. All right, so input. User equals construction. Okay, and then we drop that in the false result. I think that's all we did. Yeah, to drive your bugs before you and hear the lamentations of Bill Gates. Okay. All right, guys, we're both fully enabled. Here we go. Do we get infinite mirror again? That was hilarious, by the way. Where's the mirror?
It's a big gut.
It is a big gut. It tells me what to do and it bullies me. Are we fixed? This looks really clean. The only thing that would be better is if I could rename the bot to like a blank space so that it takes up less at Killerbot. I could do that. What do we do? Nest them? Can we do an or here? I wish I could rename the bot. I'd probably need some sort of complicated syntax, right? I wish I could just change who gets to say it. I don't know if this is even close to working. This could break it. Which one did I edit? Mirror to Twitch. All right. So let me try. Yeah, okay, it broke it. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But something to think about. I think we substantially fixed this. It passed the test we'll get through today. Nothing's majorly broken. And then we can iterate on it another time. But Killer, if you want to kind of dig into this a little bit and maybe come up with some possible solutions. Remove the quotes. All right, one more try. What do I do? How do I signal that it's two different values? I can remove the quotes, but how do I signal two different values? Yeah, streamer.bot. Really? It's that simple? Nothing is ever that simple. I will test it by I guess you can make Killerbot talk. Here, we'll do Killerbot. Actually, this one's mirrored. We'll do Corathal. Let's do Corathal Jones, since he's already talking. So we'll test it with this. Okay, so mirror to Twitch. First test me. Okay, so it broke it. Hold on. Is it double line? The space alone might make it a list. I just shadow banned Corthel. Try big or. Okay. All right. Big or. That didn't work. We're having fun with logic tonight, guys. We're not building a factory just yet. We're building out some logic here. You never know what you're gonna get on the stream. I did. I totally banned Corthal. Do you think a double line has any hope of working? Yeah. Well, if we can, I would rather not do a bunch of nested if statements. That feels gross to me. We'll stick with construction alone tonight, and then we can maybe add the killer bot later. One more test. All right, we're working. All right, boys. All right, we ready for some actual factory making now that the world isn't ending? Most programming is nesting if statements, sadly. I know, but I can hope. I'm still enough of a programming like lightweight that I haven't gotten to the point where most people do when they learn enough about a topic where you've switched from optimism to nihilism about it. No, Corthal, you're coming in on Twitch. All right. Okay, boys. All right. Okay. Here's what I want to do. One second. Frustrated. I need a fast way to change the volume on this. I'm gonna have to route it through my thing so I can quickly mute the dings. I made a little dings. Right now I have to do it. I'll route that later into a specific auxiliary. This is a perfect use case for that. I just haven't done it. Okay. I want to talk about something because I need to talk about it, but it sucks. And it's kind of a downer. And so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to get through it. We'll do, you guys can talk about it, and then we're going to be done talking about it. Okay? Because I don't want to talk about it for an hour off and on, because it sucks. 10 days ago, over the last few weeks, I guess start over farther back that, a year ago, my old lady dog died. Pretty much right before I went on the trip where I met Oki and Korthal. We had to put her down. She was 15, lived a good life. She's my dog, right? Me and the wife, we got her before we had Minnie Kin. We had to put her down. It sucked. About 6 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, our other dog, whose name is Riker, I was gonna have Minikin send some pictures so I could show you guys. We had a pets thing, pet share. I don't know how long ago I posted it in there. He had a runny nose and kind of oh, here we go. Here he is. Started getting a runny nose and, anyway, over the course of the last few weeks, he, started getting a bloody nose, and 10 days ago, it got worse. Last Friday, my wife took him to the vet, and we found out that he had some kind of cancer in his sinuses and going into his brain. And so all week we've been taking care of him, cleaning up the blood. He lost a bunch of blood, and he was always himself. He hid the pain. But we put him down yesterday morning. So we had a really awesome lady come, the same one that helped us with my other dog. And so I lost both my dogs in a fucking year. It wasn't good. He's 7.5. Well, he was 7.5. Not even 8. I mean, he's a big dog, sure. And you also have to remember that my brother, not Melkor, the other brother, he got his dog, and this is his dog's sister. They were litter mates, right? So they would always come over, and Melkor's dog, he had to put his dog down last year about the same time that I had to put mine. He had stomach cancer, and he was only about 7. He was a big ass dog. He was bigger than Riker. So anyway, it just sucked. It was not a good day. I didn't really want to bring it up on the Star Rupture stream, right? Because I didn't have like control over it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was worried that I'd get a little bit emotional, but I'm okay. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. It sucks. But I had mentioned in a stream sort of offhandedly, I sort of started talking about it and caught myself. And then I was like, well, I don't want to talk about that. And I try not to like vague post essentially. Yeah, cancer at 11. I know. It's, you know, it sucks. And it does make me really grateful for the 15 years that we got with my other dog. Literally more than twice the length, right? So crazy. Yeah, it's really hard on the kids. Everybody's sad, but a couple of my kids, it's really hard on. So anyway, that's it. That's what's up. So that's what I was sort of referring to. I didn't mean to like it was kind of weird because there wasn't any resolution at the time, and I didn't want to like go into it in detail or whatever, like live. And as we know, I use you guys as therapy session. I know it is, it's sad. But I figured, get it out of the way. And, I was worried I was going to get all emotional talking about it. As you guys know, I have brief, strong, bouts of emotion. It's not always anger. We'll say that. Isn't there like, there was like a, who said it here? There's something. By the way, I'm gonna pin in the pet section. I'm gonna pin my own pet. Here while this loads. Oh, I guess it was Man Rules. There's a radio show called Raw, Barney, and Dawn, or at least it used to be called that. They had set out Man Rules. The only there's only 3 appropriate times for a man to cry in his life. Okay. Number 1, the death of a child or a parent. Number 2, the death of a dog. Number 3, the retirement from a professional sports career. Made me think of that this week. So anyway, like I said, I don't want to dwell on that. I kind of wanted to put it out there, but we have stuff to do. We're gonna hang out, and I don't want it to be a recurring downer, but I did want to like close the loop on that, and we'll be okay. We'll be all right. Man, this looks good. This looks good. Let's talk about the stream. Okay, how long have we been streaming? 30 minutes, and we just got into Satisfactory. We're off to a great start, boys. Okay, so I canceled Wednesday stream, and on top of that, I didn't even finish the Star Rupture video. The part of that was what I just told you about. That definitely affected everything this week. I'm working on a secret project that, you know, is related to the YouTube channel. And it's kind of just, I'm just really deep diving my workflow. It's one of the reasons why I made a pass at this, this chat. I need to do something. Come on. Where is my cursor? There we go. Need to learn to use this other box. I have a combined chat box that won't bug out. Like, anything else there? I don't. Oh, I see the stream streak. 85. Listen, ridiculous. Okay. I'm trying some new workflow stuff, guys. I'm kind of overhauling how I do things. You know, some of this work on Twitch is part of that. And there's other things I want to do as well. Okay, so that's kind of why things are weird, plus the whole dog thing. So, but let's talk about the actual stream. All right, so last Saturday, I almost finished the entirety of floor 6. We are now on to floor 7, which is dark matter. Let's bring up the page here. Floor 7 plus copper sheets. So we're going to be focusing in on these pieces right here. Okay, the kind of the main point of it is the dark matter residue. All right, so this is what we're building out today. We've done some of the prep work for it, but in reality, we didn't quite finish floor 6 because I didn't stream on Wednesday, right? So we have to do that first. And then we'll push as far as we can on floor 7, and we'll probably have to pick up the rest of it on Wednesday. And I'm trying to catch up on my Star Rupture edited videos too, because most of the video is done. But I have to buckle down and finish that off, and maybe I can launch it on Monday for you guys. Which machine is the one with the beam of light? It's gonna be, I think, a quantum encoder. I think it's this one, right? I think that's the one that we're working on. Yeah, we're building, the neural quantum processors are made in the quantum encoder. So we're gonna be building 3 of those on the next floor. Yep. Okay, so what do we have to do to finish off floor 6? Everything's done under here. We've capped this. So we're good here. And then we got all of the rails in. Modern railing, and we just need to finish off the lighting on the catwalks. Will the beams go right up through the building? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a good question. A very good question. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can. Nice. Getting used to this new, like, this is really clean. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's nice and clean. Okay, it shows the chats. It'd be better if like maybe I could filter. I wonder if I could filter. Oh, I bet you events filter. I need user filter. Streamer bot actions. Ooh. All right, somebody say something. That way I don't have to read every message twice. 10 people are gonna message something all at the same time. Just trying to fix things up, you know. Still showed up. Yeah, that's a bot event. I need like a bot chat, but what does this button do? Oh, it filters. Can I mute myself? Right. I can at. It's just an events filter. It's not a chat filter. Well, you know, we'll put it on the list. Hey, Tailish. I see you. We'll put it on the list. But it's gonna be nice for me to just look at that, and if we can cut out the doubles, that'd be really nice. Anyway, I keep getting distracting myself. The tab at the top separates YouTube and Twitch, but 2 different menus. I mean, good point. I could just look at one and it's getting doubled, so that's a good point. I just see which ones. Yeah, I could just do that for now. That's a good workaround. Oh my God, it's Minikin. Hey, Minikin. I just shared the news about what happened yesterday. We don't have to rehash it, but just letting you know that that context happened. And then I found your picture of him that you shared in Pets and pinned that in the Discord. And then the chatting sharing is working out well. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, here we go. Sent 5 construction gift memberships. Tailish, congrats, Tailish. Tailish is in the chat now. Penrock Maloney, Ironclad Car Care, nice. And Jay Marosok. We're all gifted memberships by Corthal. Thank you for the gifted memberships, Corthal. Okay, so what did we do? Our basic workflow on these floors are that we plan them, okay, figure out where the buildings go and how they fit around you know, our various separate colored flooring and kind of where the pathing is, and then make sure that everything fits and that we accomplish everything that we need to. And then we usually we hook up the power, and then we do the routing underneath, okay? And then when all of that is done and the floor is sort of built from a functional standpoint, then we do the cosmetic round. And the cosmetic round is kind of in 2 pieces. Maybe 3 if you count building out the second layer on the ceiling here. And then but mostly the work is these rails and the lighting that goes with it. And then these here, you can see the difference, right? One is just the catwalks, and then these are the sort of catwalks section that goes with it, right? And so we finished the first part of the cosmetics, which is the rails, but we still have to do the rest of the setup for the rest of the cosmetics. Guess let's hold on to that then. Oh, Okie Sooner gifted 5 construction memberships. Card, Ferruccio, Wilder Lopez, Mr. Marion, and Some Atomic Vulcan were all gifted memberships. Thank you, Okie Sooner. I appreciate it. Yeah, missing on the mini golf today. I think actually what I really need here, so we actually do need that. This. Favorite name there is Some Atomic Vulcan. Let's just clean up the parts we've already done here. Yes. When Ray gets here, I don't want to do it twice. But when Ray gets here, I do have some news, some updates on the wife's art. So we'll chat about that when Ray gets here, so we don't have to like double up on talking about the same thing twice. Okay. All right, let's dovetail into where we're already working and kind of just finish this off so that we can get moving on the next floor. That works. When do you take the biology AP test, Minikin? I see you're getting clowned on. What an easy prompt. Hey, what happened? Oh, it's just building slow. Made it all the way over here and turned around and it ain't built yet. Yeah, Cube, I know. I saw. There's maybe we do here's the problem. Today's docket is kind of messed up because I canceled Wednesday's stream. So I've got to finish this factory, which should have already been done. My guess is if I can knock out a big chunk of floor 7 tonight, and then the rest of floor 7 we can handle relatively quickly on Wednesday. Maybe we do a round of, I would love to do a round of troubleshooting on Wednesday after I finish off whatever we don't get done on the 7th floor tonight. Okay. And because otherwise, if I go over there now, I'll half-ass it. You know, I'll end up half-assing 2 things instead of whole-assing 1 thing. And you should always try to whole-ass 1 thing. Wow, was your school's taking it on the 20th? Oh, okay. Oh, hey, wasn't it CubeWave? Were you the one that asked if Minikin got affected by the hack? I didn't know at the time that she did, actually.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You know what it doesn't show me? It doesn't show me. I'll have to leave room. Come on, where's my cursor? There it is. A raid. Welcome, raiders. Yeah. What were you playing? Satisfactory, getting through phase 2 slowly. How are you doing, Heather? And then I see code name. Welcome, guys. It is still evening for me, 10 p.m. because I'm on the West Coast. We're playing Satisfactory, and of course, as you well know, and I'm working on finishing up the last of floor 6 of my phase 5 factory, and we're gonna move to floor 7 as soon as I can kind of, you know, dot these T's and cross these I's. You had a productive night? Nice, nice, nice. Is it your first playthrough? A killer bot. Let's see. Does that get... Huh. I added some new things to my Twitch tonight, and I'm still getting used to them, or really my chat monitoring. But welcome. We're just, using some blueprints here to. Yeah, this works. No third, but first playthrough streaming. Okay, nice. I did something similar, although I never really beat the game before I started streaming. But I did want to build like crazy big factories, and so I ended up streaming to, kind of show them off, and then one thing led to another, and here we are. Yes. Maybe. Yeah, dot the T's and cross the I's. I did that on purpose. Come on. You know me. And I'm hot. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Minikin is here. Let's see if my door's open. It is, but it's hot in here. Minikin, could you turn on the whole house fan? On low, please. You mowed the lawn today. She did. You think that calls for more sound effects? Yeah? What's your favorite sound effects there, Minikin? Looks like it's still locked out. You need it in 5 minutes. Turn on the whole house fan. Did you just say what to your father? What? I'm assigning tasks live. Welcome back. Okay, there you go. She's not listening, so we have to wait till she gets back. Oh, I've got a sound alert for her. Okay, so the whole house fan is on, so maybe I stop overheating. All right, when Minikin gets back, I'll play a sound alert. I've got one for her. I know what we're gonna do. There. There. You don't like being second? Get used to it, sir. All right, here you go. I think that's pretty impressive. You guys should see my face when I do that. Minikin, you heard the Batman one, right? I think I showed her that one when I was making it, actually. No, you didn't like that one? I thought it was a good one. Oh, she's the first. I got it. Sorry. A little slow. A little slow. It was okay. You can eat glazed donuts. Yeah, you like the glazed donuts one? Sorry to disappoint. I was gonna play. Oh, what was the other one I was gonna play? Okay, this one needs to be black colored to fit our design. You like the turkey. Oh, the Batman one. We could have done the Batman one. You will cry at... No, I won't cry at her graduation. Nah, that's not part of the rules. Remember, we established. Nah. Nah. I think I'm gonna build this one by hand because it's kind of this weird shorty. I might cry when the last one graduates. Yeah, tears of happiness because I get to have the house back to myself and my wife. Hey, 10 top things. Wait, what is that? Satisfactory? Yeah. Gorthos, you have questions about the future speedrun? Yeah, go ahead. Hit me. Yeah, we're just chilling. I'm just putting in cosmetic stuff. This is actually a really good time to like talk about other things because when we get into the deep planning of floor 7 in a few minutes, I probably won't be able to think about anything else. We got a new guy, guys. We got a new one. Fresh meat. He said, wait, what is that? Satisfactory? Do you think I should show him? Let's yeah. We got a fresh one. Ad break ends in 20 seconds. Are you allowed to bring pre-made blueprints into the speedrun, or do you have to create them within that save? I don't know a hard answer to that question, Korthal. I will tell you this. I've never seen Epiphany bring in pre-made blueprints in Satisfactory, but my speedruns that I've witnessed in Factorio, they pre-make them. So I don't know why that difference, why in Factorio you can bring in pre-made ones. But from what I've seen, it doesn't look like you can bring pre-made into Satisfactory. Like I said, I don't know that to be a fact, but I'm kind of operating under that assumption. Okay, he says show me. All right, you guys ready? I've been building a giant cyberpunk city. And this is the last tower. And it's Arasaka Tower. Johnny, welcome to Iron. Thank you for joining my membership, man. By the way, just side note here, I have plans of updating my membership structure soon. Okay, the costs and everything will remain the same, but I'm gonna try to find a way to like give you guys more perks. I'm gonna try. That's on the list. Pops, hi, regards from Argentina, first time in the stream. Welcome. That means we got 2 newbies. So not only do we have Arasaka Tower, but Arasaka Tower is just part of the cyberpunk city in its entirety. These are all working factories. They share resources back and forth via truck on my highway road system. Okay, this is phase 4 space elevator parts. Arasaka Tower that we're working on right now is phase 5. It's in its entirety, including the space elevator parts. I do have Arasaka here. Let's see, that is Nakatomi Plaza, which is the Fixmas factory. You can see some trees and some jolly festive material. There's some shenanigans happening there that we won't go into. And by the way, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. The rocket fuel factory is kind of nestled behind it there. This purple cylinder in the middle is central storage. It does a couple of other things. These 4 factories in this corner, it's really hard to see the one. Those 4 are modeled off of real life buildings. We have the shard that handles kind of basics. That twisty tower is motors and heavy modular frames. The teal one over here is anything having to do with Caterium. It's essentially computers and crystal oscillators, things like that. And then all aluminum based products are in this one, modeled after the Mercury City Tower in Moscow. And again, you can see the trucks bopping around down here on my road system, delivering material back and forth. There's another one. They're all over the place doing various jobs. So there you go. That's the quick version. This does have a subway system. We are up in the air above the Red Forest. There's a train spiral that where trains brings everything up to the subway system. The trains drop off the raw materials in the basements of all of these towers, They get brought up into the factory. They do what they do. And, yeah, the emojis are being translated into text. Well, if you guys send emojis back to YouTube, then you can pay them back. But yeah, I did not kill doggos for this. There was one accident, okay? A single solitary doggo accident. That was all. Hans is still alive, by the way. Okay, no, there was one. God, Hans is alive. Now, in addition to this, I do have one other thing that I have built that is part of this. And this other thing is in the Dune Desert. I will turn around and I will show you. I'm actually more proud of what I built in the Dune Desert than I am of this city. And that pyramid is the structure is a raw materials hub for everything that comes through here. And it is a giant replica of the pyramid from Blade Runner. So the Tyrell Corporation headquarters pyramid. Hans didn't vanish. I couldn't get Hans past a certain vertical height, and so he lives in a little house built in the train spiral. A little train spiral house. Here we can actually no, I know where Hans is. There we go. You can see the trains, lots of trains going in and out at all times. So this took me about 100 hours to make. I know. Just sheer stubbornness. These are all 1 meter signs, by the way. And they're kind of, I made blueprints, but I kind of figured out a way to randomize the lights a little bit. They have varying random degrees of brightness. You can kind of see that, you know, it has a really cool effect at a distance. And there's sort of different levels of randomness based on where on the tower they are. You know, those lights are feel and look different than those lights, which are different from, you know, those up there. And by the way, that's a functional building too. It's not just, it actually does a thing. Is it a little bit extra room on the bottom floor and a little bit tight on the top floor? Yeah, because I made it a pyramid. But it does its job. So there you go. There's the mini tour for the evening. Let's drop back in and see if we can get back to work. And this is what we're working on. Finishing up floor 6, gonna start floor 7 today. Building was awesome, by the way. Thank you. The pyramid, yeah, the strongest shape. Yeah, agreed. It is easy to get run over by trains. We need a second jury for the homicide of Hans. Hans is a lot. Guys, I will not accept this terrible false slander. Hans is alive. He's alive and well. We're in the basement. I guess the tour continues because I have to defend my good name. We need to hitch a ride here. It's going to take us forever. I got Hans as far as I could up the ramp. The new people would adjudicate. Okay, yeah, fine. Let's adjudicate the murder, the homicide of Hans. Let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Oh, look at him. He's alive. I even gave him a friend. Now, he lives by the tracks. All right. He doesn't get a lot of sleep. But, you know, that's what he gets. He was a terrorist after all. I mean, look at him. Look at that terroristic face. Yeah, he exists in my version. He doesn't have any food? Of course he does. That's what this is. That's his food. NMG. Okay, so no blueprints preloaded. Okay. Yeah, I was guessing that based on context. But we got to keep him safe. I gave him a friend. Now jury for doggo abuse. I got him as close to Nakatomi Plaza as possible. I even gave him a light. All right, we're out of here. Yeah, NMG any percentage, right? That's the where we're going. Hardly in existence.
I grabbed a Totino's and I bounced.
It is. It's time to bounce. Hans, the doggo, has a better existence than I do. Plenty of food, plenty of company. I grab a Totino's and I bounced. I like how that's actually not the real quote, but that is become our quote. Corthal, was that your only question, or did you have other questions? I'm really excited for that playthrough, by the way. Hans doesn't have a better existence because I have you and Hans doesn't. B+. Yeah. I mean, I was thoughtful. Technically, we need to pick it up. Here. You can pre-plan the blueprints through a series of tries. Absolutely. And we're probably going to practice, you know, in a non-stressful environment for a couple of weeks, right? And you know, I'll kind of practice like what kind of blueprints do we need, you know, and you know, maybe make, you know, I'll make notes. Also any percent, like the record breaking and keeping track of the records and stuff all happens with an overlay, and I'm gonna need some practice, you know, setting that overlay up essentially. You just load up the save and try to get Hans to follow you further up the spiral, and he went poof. Yeah, he can't go any further in the vertical, in the Z direction. I need to get him a doggo friend. I put him in a box and forgot about him for 600 hours. I mean, he did try to take over Nakatomi Plaza, so I think he's getting off light. The canvas hacking made you behind on your work? Agreed. These YouTube shorts aren't going to make themselves. That's not her fault. It's my fault. My whole YouTube workflow is kind of in flux right now. Hans is in solitary confinement. I grabbed a Totino's and I bounced. But yeah, we'll practice for sure. You think it's a good policy about the blueprints? Yeah, you should see what they do in Factorio. You should watch a Factorio speedrun. They're actually pretty short. You can beat the entirety of Factorio Space Age. The record is 4.5 hours, which is actually half the speed of the record for the Satisfactory, you know, content. Part of that could be because they can bring in pre-made blueprints. It's interesting. It's not. I'm much more interested in doing a Satisfactory speedrun than I am a Factorio one. Beside the fact, you know, in addition to the fact that obviously I like Satisfactory better and have more experience with it. But you also have to remember that that Melkor, sorry, Minikin, I only confused you because of your shared letter for no other reason, all right? He doesn't stream as often as me, so we'll have to work that around. It's probably going to be a Friday night thing. When we actually go for a record, we might start like do something kind of different and start early Saturday morning, and then run it for like until we win. Do I use mods? I have 2 mods right now. None of them help me build things directly. I use a mod that allows me to adjust the sky, mostly for lighting purposes, so that I could do those tours that I just did, you know, in cool lighting. But also, I mean, you know, we'd have to shift through this sort of varying lighting over time. But for me, I just like locking it in and pausing and having control over the lighting. And really the reason is not just because it's better looking for you guys, but it helps me take better thumbnails. We gotta practice. Oh yeah, we'll practice. We won't practice a lot, you know, but we'll kind of lay out like, okay, you know, these are my job. This falls under my responsibility. That falls under his responsibility. You know, where we're gonna start, and you know, and basically he's gonna be the gopher. I will probably leave the base early, like in the first hour. I'll be running around. Oh, we have to clean that up. In the first hour or so, I'll be running around just like him, getting materials from, maybe less, maybe even just 20 minutes, getting materials from crash sites and power slugs and alien tech, right? But I'll stay close, you know, and then he will be wide ranging, and he'll be a, you know, moving around the map specialist, whereas I'm a factory specialist. And will I move around the map and get things if I need to? Yes. Will he do some automation and some factory building? Yes. But you know, the goal will be for us to kind of specialize. You know, and then like not only he won't just go get like crash sites and mercer spheres and stuff. He'll also be bringing belts, and we're going to start in the Rocky Desert. He'll be bringing materials to the Rocky Desert, right, where I can build out the factories. So like he'll go get 2 belts of crystal, he'll go get 2 belts of Samor, right, and he'll bring them in. You know, I don't know if we go as far as doing trains, probably not, probably just quick and dirty. You know, maybe we build a sky bridge blueprint that can auto connect really, really quickly. You know, we can experiment, you know, and the thing is the co-op record is very beatable, right? And the guy who did it, and you should watch his video if you haven't, he seems like a really cool guy. He also plays Star Rupture. I think him and his wife or girlfriend, they did the co-op record, and he basically was like, nobody had done it, so I wanted to put a record up so that there was a record. But it's very clear that he's like, yeah, beat this record, you know, and I think it's very beatable. It's 26 hours, and that's with 2 people, and the solo record is like 7 hours, right? So obviously, you know, 2 people working together will be able to, you know, in theory should be a lot faster than 1 person, right? You know, where's the top end for 2 people? Like if it was 2 epiphanies, right? He could probably, if he could clone himself, he could probably, you know, the co-op would be, you know, half the time of the of by himself, right? When he's coming in like 8 hours. So, you know, could one person could 2 people do 4 hours if they were perfect? I don't know. But even me and Melkor, even as it stands right now, between the two of us, if we did no practicing, if we just sat down, freaking raw dogged it, cold turkey, and we said, we're going for the record, start now, I think I could beat 26 hours. I do. And then if we, you know, take a couple weeks to kind of practice and fool around, and like I said, I'm going to need that much time anyway to solve the tech issues of getting the overlay kind of hooked in and things like that. Then, you know, because the goal will be to get it all done, to get to where we can do it in one stream. And hopefully we can get down really fast. We can drop our time so that we could do it in a 12-hour. You know, we probably won't do it less than 12 hours the first time, right? But I definitely think we can get there, you know, in, you know, a couple of months maybe. And then we can do everything in one session, you know, probably Saturday during the day, or like maybe early, maybe not at 9, but maybe like 5 o'clock, you know, maybe 4 hours early, maybe 6 hours early. And then we do like a full on 12-hour. And because YouTube has that limit on VODs for 12 hours. So it'd be really great if, and doing it in one session is really clean. And I think that's part of the fun part about a speed run, is being able to like beat the game in one session. Like that's cool. I start and I've beaten the game completely. You know, in one try. I think that's really cool. Yeah. 6 hours 55. I think Epiphany is I have it up actually. Let's just look at it. So here's the solo. Koyu, 6 hours 55 minutes. JCEW. That's Hong Kong flag, cool. 7 hours and 17 minutes, and then Epiphany is coming in at just over 8 hours. And then the co-op, right, where we would want to rank it, is we'd want to beat Psych. And he's at 24 hours plus 2. So totally beatable. Segmented run, see playlist. Nice. I like those notes. This is the first time I'm seeing these notes. 3 videos totaling 26 hours of satisfactory footage. I stopped the timer at 26:10, but I forgot to launch the ship, so the added time was additional 3:20, totaling 26:13:36. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Can you really like zooping science in 1.2? I'm not sure. Do you know why? Because they would leave the marks. Consider this. A sine zoop would end up looking like this. And I don't like that. Because you see the gap. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. You just double up. Well, okay. You just double up. Easy for you to say, but I've got like 85,000 signs. Just double up is a lot, if you know what I'm saying. You could be right, and I will absolutely try it. But like I said, I'm not necessarily holding my breath. Yeah, it can be segmented. Yep. You gotta finish this off, boys. We gotta get to the next floor. I was exhausted on Wednesday night. I was trying to get the damn Star Rupture video done, and I still didn't get it done on time. Like I said, I have the side project going, and plus the dog stuff. And it's just, this week was rough. I'm sorry. I still haven't decided how hard I'm going to make my Satisfactory Plus playthrough, but I have to tell you, I am truly leaning towards max difficulty with Satisfactory Plus. Just to say that I did it. Somebody's gonna be the first. Might as well be me. Will I hate my life? Will I hate myself? Will future kin curse the day that past kin was born? Yes. But I am tired. Well, then have a nap. I'm tired too, but I just started my stream. Don't worry, guys. I get my second wind about 4 hours in. Steven, watching your series ruined me, Ken. I just got all the parts and I'm currently assembling a PC for Satisfactory. I know. I'm sorry. I ruined it for myself. Brings me to tears. I know. I have a hard time using anybody else's PC, even my PC for work. Like, I'm so freaking spoiled. Your weather is not doing anything. Well, I mean, that's good. It's good, right? Financially ruined, but emotionally a 12-year-old waking up for Christmas. Dude, exactly. So you want to see what I'm thinking of getting for myself next? I can't do it yet. I have other things that need my attention, and by attention I mean my money, but I really want to. Let me show you. Which one exactly? I have it already picked out. Let me snip this. There's some information on the page that I don't want to show you. I want to get a 4K, it's technically a 5K, 2K widescreen monitor. My GPU can absolutely handle it. I want it. Oh, it's so pretty. It's such an aggressive curve too. I'm already, as you know, I'm already on a widescreen, right? You guys are seeing my screen, which is widescreen, right? Either YouTube and Twitch. YouTube, you're seeing it sort of natively, right? And so that's why there's a black bar on the bottom or the top if you're full screen on your computer monitor, unless you're a widescreen user like me. And then on Twitch, Twitch gives you the footage in the normal ratio. And so in order to still show you the widescreen, that's why there's black bars on the top and bottom, except I filled those black bars with overlay, right? That's why Twitch has an overlay and YouTube doesn't. But yes, I'm already using a widescreen. I would love, I know. But it is a true 4K widescreen. The price of that is a drop in the hack compared to the GPU. I paid $4,500 for my GPU. And I didn't pay any like scalp fees or markups or anything. It's spring. You need 10 to 20 tornadoes to feel like it's been a fruitful season. Yeah, it's a beast of a monitor for sure. And then I want to, I don't want to not use this old widescreen, so I'd probably stack the old widescreen on top of the new widescreen. Nurser, hey Ken, I wanted to ask, what feature am I most excited about in 1.2? For you, it's the fluid trucks. For me, I have to say it's probably the weather and the environment in general, and the upgrades that they brought, that the lighting gets and that Lumen gets as an artifact of moving up to the next version, right? It looks cleaner, it looks more optimized, and that's always good because it means that I can fit more signs into my playthrough before I can't play it anymore, right? But I would say the weather, in addition to the tech, or besides the tech, I would say the weather is the feature that I'm looking forward to the most. I designed this cyberpunk city to be seen while it's raining. I have a water-cooled 5090. Specifically, I have MSI water-cooled 5090. I have the I have this one, the Supreme Liquid. I mean, even blasting out Satisfactory, the temps, I mean, they get into the mid 50s. You're just gonna connect it to your 4K 85-inch TV. Nice. You grabbed 5070 Ti close to MSRP. I paid MSRP for this. Yeah, I paid MSRP. Right around 4,000. Let's see if my store has it. Central Computers. MSI. I don't have it right now. It doesn't look like it doesn't. Oh wait, what is this? Yeah, here it is. Yep. You can pay. Yep. I paid. I got it from these guys for MSRP. Walked in, but they had it sitting out for me. Took me over 2 hours to drive down there. I went with Minikin. This is MSRP. So you can do it. And I got it in May. I got it a year ago. I think the MSRP was a little bit more then. I think, or maybe that was tax. Maybe in my brain, I lumped tax in there. You think your fan pairings are going bald because your 3060s running at max fans? Used prices are so high. It is what it is. A GPU's double the price of your full build. Yeah, wait till I tell you the other stuff I got. I got the 9950X3D CPU, and then I have 128 gigs of RAM. Good RAM too. The good stuff. I've got 2 4 terabyte NVMe's and a pretty high powered motherboard. My motherboard costs a lot. It's not max PC spec. I mean, it kind of is. You could cross-link or whatever they call it now, 25090s. You could, but like, why? You could. Oh, my CPU is water cooled as well. You could put a server CPU in. Like, there are some ultra luxury, like, insane builds, like on YouTube, that have like 25090s and a CPU, like a server CPU and stuff like that. But this, for all intents and purposes, I do have a max PC build. And I haven't even gotten to the worst part, you guys. I have 2 PCs. We've just been talking about my gaming PC. I have a live stream PC that does all the rendering that you guys are seeing and does all the recording, and that's all separate and offset from the gaming PC. And that PC has a 9950. Well, does it have a 9950? No, it doesn't have a 9950. It has a, I can't remember what it has, but it doesn't have a 9950. It has like the 9800, I think, or the 90, maybe it was the 9850. It was one of those. My allergies are really bad. Minikin is the one that mowed the lawn, and I still, as I went outside in the backyard today for a little bit, and my eyes have been bad ever since. It's why I can't mow the lawn. Yeah, probably a 9800X. That's probably what I got. All right. I don't care that much. I'm not going to look it up. Yeah, I know. I knew you could. I knew you could see the edges of the signs. That's why I was kind of you know, about it. But it's okay. You know me, I'll probably find a way to make use of it anyway. And of course you could do the double up, but I probably won't. I'll probably just do what I do now. As I said, you know me. Yeah, the NOS is next in. Well, especially with all the editing that I do, you know, me and Minikin. I'm not gonna lie, I've looked into it. No, what's next is my beloved 4K widescreen. We got to finish this off, you guys. We got to get to the next floor. We still don't know. I mean, do we know? By the way, I haven't done the check. Let's do the check. What happened? Nope. 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 Let me get plus favorited. Nope. So none of our mods have been updated, and that's okay. It'd be shocking if they were. But my point is that we still don't know when 1.2 is coming out, and we gotta wrap this playthrough up, boys. It's okay, Gorthal. It's not out of left field. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the documentation? No. Hey, it's a picture of me. I don't know where my cheat sheet is. I don't see it. Here it is. I'll drop this in the YouTube chat. I know. It's where I stick the footage. But I have backups. And you guys put 22 messages in the members chat. Debugging the factory. I'll read them later. There you go. You can use that as a reference. It says in the electrical box. Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. They're labeled. Corathal. The priority power switches are labeled. P1, T1, T2, P2. So just go into the electrical rooms and read the power labels. Yeah, good call there, Mr. Cube Wave. Okay. Still get used to my new toys. You guys think so far about this different setup on the cross chat? You know, Killer's bot was kind of a proof of concept, you know, like, you know, does this work? Do we like it? And then this is a more refined kind of version, and it gives me a little bit more control. right? Because killer's not always available, and you know, and I like having control. The bot's awesome. But I will be able to kind of mess with it. Plus, it gives me the added functionality of one chat box, and the sound that I'm hearing is really nice. It's very faint, and it's not too distracting. It's just a little boop, you know, when I get a new message. And I was able to, like I said, program in a global cooldown timer on it. So there's more to learn, and I think I'll be able to, especially with some help from like Killer, really nail down kind of some even better use cases. You like the chat mixing allows you to talk to each other very easily. Yeah, and I think it's a good trade-off, right?
The tickets are now diamond.
It's true, they are. It's cool being able to see the Twitch folks. I think I used to watch you more on Twitch, but you're on YouTube often. Well, YouTube's also so convenient. It is. And I'm sorry, but like, unless you're really into streamers that are Twitch only, I just feel like YouTube's platform is better, and it's easier to watch on TV. I don't know, and I feel like you get more value out of Twitch Premium than you do out of Nitro, or maybe just I do, and I'm biased, which I admit is probably a likelihood. But still, being able to watch on the TV is a big one. I do a lot of my my media watching not on my computer. You know, and I'd watch Twitch more if I could watch it easily on my TV. You know, I always feel like the only reason I go to Twitch is because I can't get that media that I want already on YouTube. Like if I had, hey, you know, like Coffee Stain Studios dev streams for like updates and stuff. That's one of the main reasons I go to Twitch at all. If they had a live stream and then the VOD recording directly on YouTube, I would it'd be one less reason that I go on Twitch. You know what I mean? So the only thing that Twitch has is essentially the first mover advantage and some exclusivity. Now, some people, it is snappier in terms of like getting responses back and stuff like that. But for me, that's not important. Sorry. Again, this is all work that should have happened on the Wednesday stream. I just couldn't stream. We're almost done, though. We are almost done. Yeah, YouTube Premium versus Twitch promo Turbo. I mean, I guess a lot of that depends on, as Jade said, what program you're on more. I mean, if you only use Twitch for a couple of things, why would you spend that on money on that? You know, however, if you watch YouTube all the time, as I do, then the premium, the value from the premium is for no ads on all your other videos. And you also happen to get no ads on who you watch on a live stream, but I almost consider that as just a side benefit. You know, the only thing that you get as Turbo is a side benefit for YouTube Premium, which is a little bit wild when you think about it like that. How do they fix that? Apparently not. And so it's this. We're very close. Very, very close. It's like whenever I think I'm getting done, I go around the corner and there's another catwalk section I haven't done yet. I'm gonna use the restroom here in a minute and I'll put some eye drops in and maybe that'll help. We're 2 hours into what needs to be like an 8-hour stream. And that should work. That should be in the right spot. There's more of them to fix. See what I'm talking about? At least one more little baby section over there to do. Well, let's review this. And then we could do something fun. We could do some planning. Heckin' lights. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I will say I watched the Kevin Hart roast on Netflix this week, and that was freaking hilarious. I actually still have like 20 minutes to watch. I only get to watch little bits at a time, but I enjoyed it. You like planning? Mr. ADHD meds? Maybe. Very close. We have the next floor. The floor we do tonight's actually going to be really hard. We have to fit a lot onto the floor, and we need to fit a lot, and it still has to match our design principles. Life and I Watch It Too is great. Oh no, this whole thing's wrong. I love Shane Gillis, dude. Kill Tony's fine. He's fine. I don't like hate him, but I love Shane Gillis. He's so funny. My three favorite comics are my favorite is probably Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer, and then probably Shane Gillis, and then I like old Beardy. Can't remember his name off the top of my head at the moment. Tom Segura. The Bert Kreischer Tom Segura crossover. I remember watching Bert Kreischer. The first thing I saw of him was him telling the story about how he was ordering coffee. That whole thing. And dude, I laughed so hard. That is such a funny story. Room for cream. Yeah, it was good. Again, I like any because Shane Gillis was kind of hosting, so he got up there a lot. Now I really like Nikki Glazer. She isn't in it, which they made jokes about. I am not a fan of Chelsea Handler, but they made fun of her a lot, and I'm a fan of that. So, you know. Who else was good? Draymond Green. One of his jokes was so funny. It was something, they were making jokes about how whether, you know, him and Chelsea Handler were going to get together like later that night or something. And he basically said something like, I play for the, I think he plays for the Golden State Warriors, right? It was like, I play for the Golden State Warriors. I don't hit threes. That was good. But really, the thing is like they have comedy writers helping them with the actual material. So to me, the delivery is what really, and this is the case always, right? But especially these roasts. The delivery is what is truly theirs. You know, which is kind of like what, like, I like Kill Tony and it's fine, but his is funny, but his like rapid fire, like boom, 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 to me isn't as funny as like Shane Gillis, which is always like him looking around, trying to figure out if anybody's going to laugh at his joke that he just told, right? He tells a joke and then he's like, yeah, did you guys, oh, I thought that one was funny. You know, and he's always like, to me, that's his delivery is the funny part. Like I said, I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. I know there's a rock, the Rock is in like the second or near the end. And, I haven't seen that yet, but that's supposed to be really good. Somebody said some stuff that was really, really funny. I can't remember. There was people there that I've never heard of. A lot of people I'd never heard of, frankly. A couple of them are pretty good. Yeah. Well, because the funny part is about the I don't hit threes. It took me a second. Like, I laughed at it, and then I got the second half of the joke. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. That one was a good one. I mean, just the constant stuff about, obviously, how short Kevin Hart is really, really funny. Guys, are we done with the cosmetics on this floor? Please tell me we're done with the cosmetics on this floor. I need to hear those words. Need to hear all those words exactly? I do, actually. So when Minnie Ken and I were looking up doing some research on whether or not we wanted to include like the Batman transition from the 60s TV show that goes like, and we've been joking about it ever since. I actually showed her, one of the old, like clips of the old Batman show, which I used to watch with my grandpa at Nick, during Nick at Night, when I'd go over to his house because he had cable. My parents, we never had cable, but my grandparents had cable, and so we would watch Nick at Night and like Get Smart and like what else did we watch? There's a lot, but Get Smart I remember the most, I would say. There's other ones. If you mentioned here, I'm gonna look it up because I can't help myself. Bert and Tom together are hilarious. It's ridiculous. Top Nick at Night shows. We didn't do Friends, French Prince, and Bel Air. Let's do 2000s probably. We didn't do any of those. Family Matters. Let's try 90s. Yeah. Dick Van Dyke. I didn't watch Bob Newhart. I didn't really watch Bewitched. I knew about it. I Dream of Jeannie, I guess, a little bit. Dragnet. That was the other one. We watched Get Smart and Dragnet. We didn't really do Mork and Mindy. I think there were just shows that he didn't like. I'm an adult. Relax. Yeah, Get Smart. Dragnet. I probably did I Love Lucy, maybe. I watched that at home. You could watch that at home. I grew up watching Andy Griffith's show because it was on at noon, and I was homeschooled. I probably watched All in the Family with him. We didn't watch Addams Family. Wasn't there the A-Team? I want to say there was the A-Team in there somewhere. Yeah, anyway. I can't remember how I got off in this tangent. How did we get off in this tangent? Oh, I remember. So I'm showing Minikin the old Batman, and it just so happened that one of the clips that I was showing her had Catwoman, which was played by Eartha Kitt. And Eartha Kitt is the voice of Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. And so I was like, close your eyes, listen to her voice. And she's like, oh my God, it's Yzma. And I was like, yep. Yeah, talking about the old Batman. Okay, guys, we're done with floor 6. This is the official finishing of floor 6. This should have happened on Wednesday. We're 2.5 hours in. I blew the first half an hour on screwing around. So it took us 2 hours to wrap this up. Again, this should have happened on Wednesday. I just didn't get to it. So what we're going to do right now is I just need 2 minutes. I'm just going to use the restroom and put some freaking shit in my eyes. Oh, it's my song. One of them, anyway. I'll be right back. All right, I'm almost back. Hold on. Wow.
Ken,
Great.
Ken.
Great. I'm a pro streamer, guys. Pro streamer. Really. I know. What was I saying? God. We're wrapping up floor 6. We're starting floor 7. And I can't believe I was muted. And we are after we get these last 3 floors done, maybe a week or so for getting the materials together, and then starting the factory, and then troubleshooting on this factory, troubleshooting across the entire city. Korthal and Cube are started getting a head start on that, and I may work on some of those things on like Wednesdays and stuff, so that there's a little bit less to do when it's all said and done. But my point is, one of the things I said is I'm really looking forward to this thing getting wrapped up. The other point, we're at 1,200 hours. That's what it was. 1,200 hours. I'm just chatting away. It happens in real life all the time. You know, I'm just blasting away, and my wife just pretends that she can hear me. My wife would never do that. There's been no Ray tonight. I have news. Listen, how about this? If anybody is super interested, you don't have to pretend, about my wife's kind of art journey. I talk about my wife's art stuff on the channel sometimes. And you have to leave or something, then let me know. Otherwise, we'll just kind of wait for we'll wait for Ray. I think Ray had to work late tonight. Are you still number 1? I don't know. I don't have that chat window up. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, Jade's at a solid 2. Okay. I'm just chatting away. And then I was just saying that we need to change out. The first step is changing out this flooring. He may be tough to beat. I think gifted like chats, like super chats and gifted memberships and stuff. I think they give him a bit of a boost. Been crawling around in kin save, yeah. We do have to go outside and trim this up a little bit because she pokes through. After we clean this up, we need to go through the planning document and figure out what our inputs are on the floor, what our exports are, make sure all of those are set up at the near the elevator. We also need to lay out the plan. Oh man, there's a bunch of these places that we're seeping through. I don't want to get too distracted. We'll have to clean all that shit up later. Let's just try to clean up the floor we're working on. I think there's a little bit more around this corner. All right. Okay, let's do the spreadsheet planning, and then we'll move on to figuring out how we're going to make it all fit. God. I don't understand why we have to sleep. I hate going to sleep. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here so it's a little bit easier to see. Move this over for reference. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. We do have a final product. Sleeping is unproductive. I don't know, man. We're gonna call this NQPs. Dark matter and QPs. Plus the copper sheets. There's a lot going on this floor. Hey, Nagrath, how's it going, man? One, two, three, four, five, six. We need 7. Just the dark matter residue. That's what we're missing. All right, there's our 7. Week 2 nearly done here. Starting another med tomorrow. Let's see if it may help. Oh, like medication looks promising from what I hear. Maybe I got this 0.3 hours work time clearance. Well, good luck. I think you're saying starting a new med. Okay, so here's where we start. Let's roughly do the order. Welcome back, Oki. Ani being legit fell into this channel and you're blown away. Well, I don't recognize your name, so welcome to the stream. If you wouldn't mind, because I always ask this, trying to learn like what I'm doing on my channel that is working, and how you got to the live stream. So like, what happened? Did you like, you know, start searching for Satisfactory stuff on YouTube, and then did it feed you a short first? Did it feed you one of my episodes first, like episode 1? You know, and then, you know, what was your, if you wouldn't mind, I'm always interested because I can kind of like, I'm always trying to figure out like if people are coming from the shorts or how they're kind of making their way to the live stream. You know, my time is limited. I gotta make sure that I do things that make sense. All right, so dark matter residue is just an in and out. Yeah, first time. That makes sense. All right, so let's do that. Converter, and this is dark matter residue. We need 7.775. Hey, peated scotch. All right. Import on this is going to be reanimated Sam. Export is going to be dark matter residue. Then what floor? Wherever the dark matter crystals are. Which is floor 8. I was watching a Diablo 4 live stream and trying to learn Satisfactory and read the floor 7 begins, and I was like, yeah, I'll check this out, then saw the whole theme. Okay, nice. Did you see the mini tour? And then P did, how's your Saturday night going? It's good. It's good. I had a really rough week. I talked about it the earlier part of the stream. I don't want to rehash it. You could go back and listen to it, but essentially, I had to put the family dog down. The second family dog down in a year. Yesterday morning, it sucked. So this week has not been great, to say the least. But we're here. We're focused on this, and you know, kind of tired a little bit. Work was also difficult, and I have a couple other projects being kicked around. But I'm glad I'm hanging out tonight with you guys. I can tell you that. So on a being, you got the notification or whatever before, like, this is the first. I'm sorry. I'm just curious. You hadn't watched any of my other content before getting served live stream? Just when I was cleaning up? Oh my gosh. All right, we're not gonna do it again. But we'll just poke our head out the window, okay? We're just gonna poke our head out. You know, just poke our head out the window. This is my Tyrell Corporation from Blade Runner building in the Dune Desert. It is also my raw resource hub. So that's out that side of this building. Let's take a look at what the building looks like that we're actually in. I am in an Arasaka tower, but you know, it's got the K because, you know, it's just better. This is phase 5. This is the final phase of the game. This is the final factory, and I'm inside the 5090 killer. No, it's still okay. I mean, I'm at like 42 degrees Celsius right now. This is inside a cyberpunk city. This is sort of the headline building. It's the final building. It's a little different from the rest. But yeah, there you go. Hey, Corpy. And then let's take a look out the other side. We're doing not even a real tour. I wouldn't even call this a baby tour. This is like, you know, this is the YouTube short tour. It's not even real content. I said what I said. And then here's the rest of the city. I'm kind of inside the city, so the aspect ratio gets weird if I zoom out too much, but all of these are working buildings. They are full of machines banging away. And we've got trucks driving on the various overpasses and freeways, delivering goods. So that is the the quickie version. But I'm glad you're here. Most people tell me that they, you know, start watching my stuff on YouTube Shorts, and then it kind of went from there. So that's cool. Oki says, if you're on YouTube, be sure to click the like. Okay. So that's going to floor 8. Okay. All right, next. Steam copper sheets. It's going to be the water and the copper ingots. So let's go refineries. We need 5.867. And we need water. And oops. I haven't heard from Ray all night. Okay, let's follow this. Oh, you guys, you're talking about pickles. I didn't know what you were talking about. Hey, Ray. Wasn't Ray getting married? Ray got married. It's a trap. For him. Summoning charm does still work. So Ray, Ray already knew about the dog. I told everybody about the dog earlier. We also, I was testing this different version of the chat, and the beginning of the stream was pretty wild. The chat was infinitely copying itself. We had entered bot Mageddon. But I shut it down and we got a fix in pretty quick. And then we finished up floor 6. We started floor 7. But I've got some news. As you know, or you may not know if you're new, my wife is an artist, an aspiring professional artist. 2 big pieces of news, actually 3 big pieces of news. We'll do the bad news and then the 2 good newses. So the bad news is that her picture, I don't think it's on her website yet, is that her landscape painting of Half Dome did not make it into the California State Fair. So she's gonna be, that was a little bit disappointing. I don't know if I can find it. Here it is. It's actually really easy to find. That did not make it into the California State Fair. Sad, I know. But she had her first workshop today. She had 8 people sign up, but only 5 people showed up. and she's teaching. So it was a 3-hour workshop. She said it went really, really, really well, and she's got people that are going to be coming back, and it was just very, very positive, and she really, really loved it. She was a little bit nervous about the workshop and everything, but that was today. She's been working on this, planning this for a long time, and she does like larger scale, like sort of like paint and sips, but she's not really teaching high level concepts in those. This one was different, right? This was like her teaching. And so man, my eyes are really bad, sorry guys. That happened today, very, very positive. And then the big piece, as you know, she won a ribbon for, yes, there's a doggo. She won a ribbon for this one in the last show. I talked about this last week. She won $50 and a ribbon. She won honorable mention. But we found out today that she won the People's Choice Award, which is basically like when you go and participate in the show, either as an artist or as a viewer, you basically write down a silent vote on who you think the best one is. And so the judge determines the best in show and the honorable mentions and everything. But there is a vote that everybody can partake in, and they vote on who they think is the best. And she won that one. So she won basically the audience score, if you will. And so she's very happy about that. Next one up is this one. So she's submitting this to the show. The show she's submitting this to is I think starts next week, and we'll find out in a few weeks how she did. But there are high hopes, not necessarily from her. She's very modest, and she's not like me at all. But like all of her cohort friends at the association where all of this is happening, there are high hopes that she gets her first best in show ever with this one. So we'll see. The art show is specifically for animals, right? That's the theme. So there you go. There's your update. I waited to give the update until Ray got here because I didn't want to do it twice. Okay, where were we? That's not exporting anything. Stu, man, you fat. This is going to be a tough floor. This is going to be a tough floor to figure out. The hardest part of this is going to be how do we make this all fit? And it's these 15 manufacturers in the insulated crystal oscillators. It's gonna suck. All right, we're bringing in quartz, crystal, rubber, and AI limiters. And a loom casing. is the next one, which is for more manufacturers. Radio control systems 4. Any export yet? Nope. All of this is staying in-house so far. Supercomputer. Biochemical sculptor and synthetic power shard. I think those are floor 9. Time crystal. Let's just do 4, 9. These are continuations of the import. Most of them are ending here. Let's check rubber. Yeah, rubber's ending here. Time crystals and trigons. That's also the continuation is going to floor 9. And then we're finally exporting. Oh, we have, yeah, the final product, NQPs. Oh, we have to bring excited photonic matter. Back from floor 9. How about we'll do EP matter in from floor 9. You make the distinction. I can't just put floor 9 because now there's 2 different meanings, right? One is you were getting it from below, but it has to continue to floor 9. And the other one is where it's coming from. Last one. Oh, I missed one. Kind of. There. And this is Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I did, right? I did import, export, and then to and from. I probably put more information than I needed there, but it's fine. And then output. The only output we get from this floor, it looks like to me, oh no, that's not true. Camo doesn't think that's true. Okay. NQP. I mean, this is an export, so we've already split the exports into their two types, right? Exporting to another floor or final product. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. This is all very self-contained. Up. Almost missed it. Look at this. Superposition oscillators. Is this it? Plan-wise, do we have everything we need? I think so. Then we have a note, plus copper sheets. We have those. Okay, how many buildings are we building? 43. How many do we build here? 43. So that's good to know. We have a lot less constructors, though. That was a fun day. 61. But a lot of constructors and I mean, there's a lot of manufacturers too. We may actually go down to this floor 4, for inspiration. This is the one I was thinking of that had all the smelters. Floor 3. Let's look at 4. 4 is the one that has all the manufacturers. One sec. I just gotta turn off my camera for a sec. Okay, I'm back. And I remembered to unmute. Okay. So. All right, let's go down and look at floor 4, and we're gonna have to decide how we want to chop this up, and then roughly what buildings live in what chop. Okay, so we did 4 cuts here. How many did we do here? This is 3 times 6. I think we do 3 times 5. Buy some space over here for another skinny row. Can quantum encoders fit? Hi, fatty. They fit, but it's not pretty. They break the rules. I can fit 1 there. I could do 1 on each side and overclock 50%. Might do that. That covers, and then we need, ooh, shit. We actually need, there's 2 different sets of manufacturers. So we are copying this pretty directly. Well, there goes my idea on the quantum encoders. We also need 8 converters, 6 refineries. Oh, guys. Seven assemblers were gifted to the dwarf lords. The only way I see this working is the 5 refineries. Guys, I think we have to kick the quantum encoders to the roof. I mean, not the roof. I don't see how else we do it. I mean, quantum encoders. The top floor is already just absolutely wrecked. It's so much fewer machines, though. I think we have to do it. Worst case, the top floor has extra headroom. I could make like little side, like enclaves up the wall if I really had to. I can't do that here. I think we kick the quantum encoders. Means the excited photonic matter doesn't have to leave floor 9, and it means that the trigons and the time crystals don't have to stop off at floor 7. It's actually far simpler. All we have to do is export the supercomputers. Is that the only thing? And the crystal oscillators. That seals the deal. We're doing that, and we will push this problem to future kin. There's absolutely nothing that could possibly go wrong with that plan, right? It'll be fine. Sorry. I'm sorry. I yelled at Nerd for coughing in the microphone last night, and then I just sneezed in the microphone on you guys. Clip that. Put a reminder in. I'll see if I can remember. It actually makes everything way simpler. Watch this. So not only do we remove these buildings, okay, we get rid of all 3 of these and that and that. Okay, we have black, mid, coming out right off the elevator. So I have this shenanigan, but I don't know if I can do that. How many hours do I have in just that Google Sheet? A lot. I mean, well, this is the Google Sheet for the save. Plus I used it for other games, right? I have a bunch of Factorio stuff in here. So the Factorio playthrough, this was 200. So there's 1,200 hours in Satisfactory plus 250 for Factorio. No, 50 on schedule 1. Did some shapes too. I don't know. Actually, I guess that didn't go in here. The Fixmas videos in here. I worked on a tutorial that I never finished. I recorded it and everything. And then it got stale. I decided not to finish it. The map. I actually spent a lot of time on this map outside of the game too. I have backups of this sheet, trust me. We're actually working in this big open blank area over here. Just trying to decide what I want to do. Where's my boy? You're my boy, Blue. Oh, Ashes of Creation. It's a bunch of time in Ashes of Creation. At least a couple 100 hours. But I guess I didn't really build that out too much. Train hub. All right, I'm not going to worry about the inputs and outputs yet. Let's get all the machines down. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Amazing. You're envious of my ability to stay organized throughout all of this. Not as organized as I would like, and I'm taking steps to remedy that. I don't know how much I plan on talking about those steps on this channel, but let me put it this way. What's my favorite game type? And if I have a favorite game type, don't you think I would enjoy similar things in real life? Leave it at that for now. It's very much work in progress. That is not. I actually do need to go down and get the specs for this. Who am I kidding? You guys know me. I talk about everything. I need to know when we turn, like how many squares. I'll probably just copy the downstairs. The jury's out on whether I include the shenanigans we did there. All right, so I need a width and a height in black foundations. I knew that's... I can barely see the red that's highlighted. It's a recipe for disaster. 21. Better do it again though. I'm afraid I picked up an item. Okay, 21 wide. $13 tall. 21 wide, 13 tall. That's our box. A bunch of cleanup. here to do. 21. That doesn't make any kind of sense, you guys. Isn't that what I said? Oh, God. So that's good. Yeah, 20 by 13. The 13 works. $21 puts us here. One from the edge. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet is so far down. Oh shit, it does put us on the edge. Silly me. It was right. Okay. All right, sorry. Sorry, boss. Sorry, boss. We just need that much room for the manufacturers. It's actually really similar. It is similar to the converters, though. It is. It's very similar. Okay. Three people left because I sang. To the Bat Cave. I don't think I counted the corner. I think we counted this. I think this is it. They're losers. Who's a loser? Who you calling a loser? Mikey. Reminds me of a joke. The Bat's favorite racket sport, badminton. Okay, so Minikin was telling me about this like YouTube short or YouTube short series or something she was watching, where the premise was that zombies were attacking. It was a zombie apocalypse, and the only way to protect yourself from the zombies was to say dad jokes. And she said the guys like dad, you know, it's basically a dad and a daughter, and the dad said, you know, the zombie was coming, and the dad said, I loaf you, and the zombie, you know, burst into flames on the spot or something. So she said it, you know, reminded her of us. And all the dad jokes that happen on the channel, and how we would be perfectly safe from zombies. You would die immediately. You have a lot of zombie jokes. They're real groaners. I figured they'd be to die for. I do what I can. Let's get rid of this. Hey, I'm doing my part. Wish you could tell a cow joke, but they're utterly horrendous. All right. I gave it the college try, you guys. but I got to end the stream. I am really tired. The week is catching up to me. I feel bad. It'll put us behind a week. We basically didn't really get started correctly on this floor. And I don't want to do a bad job because I'm tired, and I don't want to stream and do a bad job streaming because I'm tired. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our win. We're gonna make notes. Refinery. Yep. Yeah, we're set. And I'm already behind. I didn't finish the edited episode of Star Rupture, and I gotta finish that one before I can start the next one, and it's just a mess. So I think I'm gonna try to get a little sleep, and we're gonna wrap this up, and then we're prepared for next Saturday. I think what I'm gonna do on Wednesday, I'll probably be just as busy and just as behind, frankly, and I think what's gonna happen is I'll probably jump on for a relatively short stream, and maybe we'll do some we probably won't work on this. We'll probably do a little troubleshooting on the factory. I think Wednesday we'll do a little, you know, we'll go through, Korothal's finding some stuff, and Cubewave, and we'll kind of address some of the worst things, and just kind of get on for a couple hours and just do some debugging and hang out on Wednesday. But I'm feeling not very energetic, and I feel like I'm eating shit over here. So I tried to fix my eyeballs, but it's all good. There's always another stream day. Today we got a couple things done. We wrapped up basically things that I wanted to do Wednesday. Kind of puts us behind a whole week, but it is what it is. And no matter what, we're finishing this playthrough, even if 1.2 comes out tomorrow. All right. So we're not going to stop at the end like this. So it's all good. And yeah, I think this is it. Let's take a screenshot of the entirety of the I don't know, let's do something. And then like any last questions or whatever, you know, hit me up. While the hitting is good, we could do a close-up. Yeah, sorry guys, I hate to be a bummer. This is good. This is good. We did get the new cross chat tested today, so that's good news. And like I said, there's other things happening. Let's do a more like don't know. Yeah, I'm just signing out. Sorry. Poor timing. All right. I'll whip something up with some of those. Let's save. Yeah, you overslept usually on earlier. Yeah, I didn't sleep. I'm usually on later. We're having the same problem in reverse. So YouTube, if you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream, I would appreciate it. And then Twitch, we're gonna raid. I just feel like I'm not at my best tonight, and I'd rather come back strong after I get my shit together. It's not a race, it's a marathon, and you know, we'll be back. We'll be back. I'm gonna get some sleep and work hard tomorrow on trying to catch up. Couldn't even make 4 hours. You know, it starts to happen as you get older. You never think it'll happen to you, but it always does. Let me just last little bit of reading here. Kids make me tired. Sorry. Well, you're 2 hours ahead, bro. What are you talking about? You're a crazy man. All right. I appreciate it, guys, and we'll hit it again. For now, let's find somebody to raid. You've been saying about messaging me? Yeah. Ooh, let's check this person out. Just checking their microphone. Oh, they're not talking. Must be away. Try somebody else. He's making a fuel generator power plant. Well, he's not talking, but he's got a camera, so we're gonna raid him. Sorry, guys, kind of a weird stream. Just from start to finish, kind of a weird stream. We'll be back on track next time. Sometimes you have weird days. Today's one of them. I will see you guys in the Discord, all right? And have a good night.